And welcome back to Brew of the Day with, of course, your brew for the day. As always, my name is Kaygo, and this part of the show is something called the Ground Shapers, and we talk to people making different strides in different industries. And this morning, I'm joined by a very, very interesting young man. He is a son of the city. His name is Tiimaaney'. Very, very good morning to you, Tiimaaney', and welcome to Brew of the Day.
Good morning, Kaygo.
How are you doing, brother?
I'm great. Nice to be here.
Fantastic stuff. Now, Tiimaaney', I know you in the capital city, but for somebody who don't know, tell us a little bit about yourself and what exactly it is that you do.
I'm the co-organizer of the Ytvbotswana sessions. It's a monthly show that runs every last Sunday of the month. We've been running it for 6 years, and we've had different artists perform. You know, we've had like Dr. Kaygo, Miss Abby, Jordan Muzi, Mandela. It's really a hub for young creative artists that want a safe space to perform and be amongst people that are interested in live performance.
That's really fantastic. Now, it was necessary for us to have something like this in the capital city. What was the inspiration behind starting Perfect Noise?
As growing up, I used to be part of the high school talent shows, and even the main inspiration of Perfect Noise was an event called Verbal Emancipation. That happened at my old high school, Mariapula, and it was an annual thing where kids who students could sign up, and then there would be one Saturday where they'd perform in front of a crowd. And then I was just saying, hey, I really loved how this helped me grow as a person. And then after that, before Perfect Noise, there was something called Sunday Candy, where it was kind of had the same format as Perfect Noise. It used to run at a Zest restaurant. So the organizer was leaving, and because I was there at every event or every session, he was like, "Hey man, you should actually make your own and put a new name, and it'll be dope." And then I was like, I don't know. And then I said I don't know, but also I just thought how many of my friends need a space to perform or want to be amongst other musicians. And then we had our first show in August 2018, and ever since then we've just been growing and growing and growing. It's very interesting to see something that was a small passion for myself and see it oh yeah, other people really are interested into this as well. Yeah.
And what goes into putting together a show like that? Because I mean, we all like a good live show, but what goes into it? Do you have to have rehearsals first? What goes into putting a production like a Perfect Noise Sunday session?
So normally the rollout that we have is before the month begins, we have meetings with the artist, with the main artist. And then we just figure out hey, what's your idea of the show? Because as much as it's Perfect Noise, it is the main artist's show as well. So we want, hey, what's your idea? How would you like the flyers to be posted? And then it's very organized because we also have a WhatsApp group with every performer, the main artist and the supporting acts, where we just give updates on meetings, because we have a lot of meetings just because we want everyone to be comfortable with each other. We don't have a situation where people are at the event oh, we don't know who this person is. So we have meetings. We also just give updates on show news. So if there's rehearsal, if there's sound check at a certain time, we post that. So yeah, we want to make it really organized.
Now, you listed a couple of artists that you guys have worked with in the past. You talked about people like your Dr. Kaygo, you talked about Mandela. It sounds like a lot of the artists that you guys work with are people that are already established in the music industry. How do you guys vet to choose, okay, we can do a Perfect Noise session with this person and maybe not with this person? Is there a vetting process?
Yes. We just want someone who we feel is gonna bring first thing, is gonna be entertaining, and then someone who's going to pull a card, because we do have artists that reach out and say, hey, they want to perform, and then we kind of look like, hey, we kind of look like, hey, are you going to meet the same level as these artists that perform? Like we recently had a show with Miss Abby, and that was incredible. So if an artist wants to be interested, I just want your passion for the perfect noise, that you're gonna be entertaining, and the last thing is that you're gonna pull a crowd. So that's what I'm looking for.
I like the fact that you talk about pulling a crowd, because at the end of the day, we artists, we do these things to actually make a bit of money. Let's talk about the split, because obviously you guys being, the brand that is Perfect Noise, there has to be some type of money that you guys make in addition to putting together the event. So talk to me, if I'm an artist and my name is KGZ and I want to have a show at Perfect Noise, how do we split it in terms of, do I have to bring a certain number of people? Talk to me about the profit sharing.
So we have a standardized fee for our artists.
Okay.
And then we deposit that like 2 days after the show.
Okay.
And we also because we're a staff of 13, we're a staff of 13 in the whole business. So the majority of the tickets, or the majority of like the profits that are made is just to run the show. So everything is out of pocket, and some of it is from the tickets, and yes, the main artist also gets a token of appreciation, I should say.
I like that. You've been doing this for how many years now?
For 6 years.
For 6 years straight. Let's talk about, you have some great shows, and then equally so I can imagine that you have some shows whereby people don't turn up. Talk to me about the worst show that you can remember. We don't have to say the artist. We don't have to say the artist who it was, but I mean, was it a case of, there wasn't enough publicity that went into it? What was the reason behind?
I think the reason we had it was just the artist had a lot of priorities on that day, and it felt, throughout the preparation of the show, it just felt like the artist wasn't as passionate about Perfect Noise, because when that situation happened, that's something that I think I personally overlooked. Like I reached out to someone who's been to Perfect Noise once, and sometimes it would be better if someone is part of the Perfect Noise community and knows. I'm not saying like go to like every show that we do, but is aware of like, hey, how the show's done, and aware of like the culture. So when the bad show happened, so there wasn't really much promoting of the show, and then it was like a really wild situation because we even didn't know that this person was going to come, because we didn't get the person's contacts.
Yes, but I'd imagine that there was a lesson there.
There wasn't answering the phone, so it was just. It was sad, but also at the same time, like, hey, it's cool to reach out to everyone to make this part of this movement, that sometimes know who's your audience, and
I like that. Now, I've noticed that with a lot of the shows that are held at the Perfect Noise events, there's always like a live band accompanying the main artist. Is this one of the things that you guys require as well, or can I just come with instrumentals? Talk to me about that.
The main thing that we want to push at Perfect Noise is how do you want to portray yourself to the audience. The implementation of using a live band started in 2020 with Dato Seiko, and we just saw how that positive reaction was on us, and we just wanted to implement that for further shows. But if you choose that, hey, this is gonna be a lot of work for me, or I'm not really comfortable doing live instrumentation, you can just come and then have your backing tracks and then perform it. Because we even had that for one of the performers last Killer Casino. He did have like a live band, but it was still a great show nonetheless.
Okay, fantastic. And so it's winter, and winter time, a lot of people tend to want to shy away from going out. I know that you guys have up and coming events. Miss Abby's was most recently. How was that event?
It was really incredible. I think it's our best event we've had.
Oh, wow.
Of all the 6 years we've done Perfect Noise.
Wow.
Mostly because of just her. Like I was saying with the bad show situation, she showed a lot of passion and initiative when it came to this show, and she understood how important Perfect Noise is, and there was a real good rapport between her and the team, which really benefited. So it was a great event. And also personally, it was really cool to be amongst all the people that I looked up to, like the Scars, the local corners.
That's really cool, man. And so where is it currently held at the moment, the Perfect Noise sessions?
Currently, it's held at the Tiimaaney'S Yacht Club.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's a nice venue.
Yeah.
That's a really nice venue.
Yeah, it's really because we really care for our community. We know that the distance of the location is it's a really iffy thing, but we do have supplied shuttles for people who are interested to go to the venue. So the shuttle picks people from Game City and then go to the venue of the show, and then after the show
takes them back to their cars.
So,
man, fantastic stuff. Tiimaan is your name.
Yes.
Now, I know that you strike me as a very, very smart young man. What's the plan in terms of like a venue? I know a lot of event organizers talk about, venue is one of the biggest costs when it comes to putting together an event. Is there a plan to try and get a permanent venue for you guys as Perfect Noise? Are you going to be hopping around from scene to scene?
I think, yes, that's the plan. We actually want to do a festival because we want to do a much bigger show and have like a larger impact, because we feel, and one of my co-organizers, he was saying that, hey, feels like at every Perfect Noise we only tap into 10% of our fan base. So it would be cool to at least try tap into like maybe a 50% margin. So we are really planning to do a Perfect Noise Perfect Noise festival called PN Fest. So that's also and we also want to make it like a whole creative hub, have our own sounds. Honestly, we just want to become self-efficient, as much as we do appreciate our suppliers and the people we work with, and the Yacht Club, who has been generous enough to allow us to do our thing there. We do want to be something that has something of our own.
Fantastic stuff. Tiimaan, we're fast running out of time, but who's coming up next in terms of the next show? I know you guys do this monthly. Maybe you can give us an idea of the next couple of shows that you guys have lined up.
Yes, so the next show is going to be on the 30th of June, and Yoroki will be the headliner.
Yoroki? Oh, yes, the young lady, I know her,
Oh, no, it's a guy.
Oh, my mistake.
So, and this show is really important because this is going to be our fourth Pride show. We started with Dato Seiko, and we just felt that we wanted, like I was talking about, having a safe space. We want everyone to be represented, whether sexuality, anything. Just want everyone to feel like, hey, I can come and perform, and I can build a family with the audience.
Fantastic stuff. And social media, where can we find you on social media?
You can find the Perfect Noise sessions on Facebook, and then you can find the Perfect Noise on Instagram, and then Perfect Noise BW on Twitter, and then me, you can find Tiisetso Matrola, Tiisetso Matrola on Facebook, and then on Instagram, official Tiimaaney, Tiimaaney.
My man, all the best with your future endeavors, but kudos to you, man. I think we need more young people who are really, really owning their own space so far as the Perfect Noise. But thank you so much for this morning.
Thank you so much to be here.
All right, fantastic stuff. His name is Tiimaaney'S.